Hi, so what we're going to do today is we're going to have a go at making some kimchi. Now, as a lot of us know, this is really good for you, and it's actually cheaper to make your own, like a lot of things, but at least if you do make your own, you do know what's in it. Now, a lot of purists will say that kimchi doesn't have carrot in it. You know, that's fine. This is just a variation of kimchi. So what we've got is we've got roughly 800 grams of Chinese leaves, and all I've done to those is I've just chopped them into sort of inch squares. Then we've got a large carrot grated, 3 garlic cloves grated. We have got 60 grams of ginger peeled and grated, a bunch of spring onions where we've just thinly sliced them. We've got 100 grams of salt, and then we've also got some more salt. This is 2 tablespoons of salt, a tablespoon of caster sugar. In here we've got a tablespoon of fish sauce, and we've got 2 tablespoons of fermented chilli paste, which is really easy to get. I actually picked mine up in Tesco's. This is the one that I've got. So to start with, all we're going to do is we're going to put 100 grams of salt over our leaves. I know this sounds a lot of salt, but it is, you know, it is needed for kimchi. So we're just going to make sure that that's massaged in. So we've got all of the leaves covered in salt. This does get rinsed off, just in case you're thinking that you're eating all of this salt. So that's that all massaged in. And then what we do now is we cover it in water. Probably need about 600 millilitres. But we're just going to make sure that there's enough water to cover it. Lovely. So then all we do with this now is we just leave this at room temperature. We're just going to give it a mix around again, and we're just going to leave this at room temperature. I'm going to pop a lid onto it for 4 hours. So what we'll do is we'll come back once this has been nicely soaking for 4 hours or so. Right, so our cabbage was sat in the salted water for a few hours, and I've just put it under the colander for a couple of minutes just to make sure all the salt is washed off, and it's gone all nice and soft now. And in my bowl I've just got the ingredients from earlier, which is my salt, my carrots, my spring onions, my garlic, my ginger, my fish sauce and my chilli paste. So all we do now is we just combine the two. This is just absolutely stunning when it's finished. So now we just need to make sure this is all thoroughly stirred together and all coated in everything. So we'll just make sure this is really thoroughly coated in all of those scrummy flavours. So I've got my jars ready. I've got out 3 jars. I possibly may only need 2. But obviously you can do this on a bigger scale. You need to give it a go once and see if you like it. And if you do, you know, I think traditionally it doesn't have carrots in it. As I said earlier, I think it has radishes. But I really like this. So that's all beautiful, lovely and all combined. So all we do now is we pop it into our jars and we leave it to stand at room temperature overnight. Then we pop it into the fridge and make sure the lid is closed. And then every day for 7 days, we just remove it from the fridge, open the lid just for 5 minutes. It just lets the kimchi breathe, and then we close the lid and return back into the fridge. So after a week, it will then be ready, and then if it's kept in the airtight containers, will keep for a good couple of months in your fridge. So, as I say, all I'm going to do now, bring the jar forward, is just fill up my jars with the beautiful kimchi. And there you go.